Well, good morning, beautiful, and welcome to a little bit of makeup and a whole lot of Jesus. Well, we are going to be spending about the next 45 minutes together with some beauty on the outside and then a whole lot of beauty on the inside with a full face step-by-step makeup tutorial where we are going to be doing the beauty on the outside with the makeup tutorial and then memorizing a Bible verse, the beauty on the inside. So I have been playing, my name is Wendy, and I have been playing with makeup since before there was Elf on the Shelf. If you've seen my social media this week, you know why I'm saying that. All right. I just love the fact that God made me a woman and I get to play with makeup every single day. So finger painting every 24 hours. Woohoo! All right. So our easy makeup theme today is going to be merry and bright. We're going to be playing with some red, some green, a little bit of snowflake sparkle, and then red lips and some lashes. So go ahead and grab your palette. You're going to need a red, you're going to need a green, well, a shimmery green, and then you'll need, just the normal accoutrements and a beautiful red lipstick. I would highly encourage the MAC Ruby Woo. All right, so grab your palette, grab your red lips, grab your lashes, and come on back. Let's get going. So if you have been hanging with me for any length of time, or if you're new, welcome. So one thing that you can do is whatever platform you're on and watching this, which unfortunately is not Instagram today, but anyways, whatever platform you're on today, go ahead and ask your question while I'm live, and I will do my best to get that question asked and answered today while we're on our live. All right, so our foundation verse for this podcast is Psalm 119, verse 11. I have hidden your word in my heart that I might not sin against you. And this week is the week of Advent. So we are going to be looking at the first candle, which is the prophecy candle. So that typically goes from Isaiah 11, 1 to 5. So we're going to focus on that verse 1. There shall come forth a shoot from the stump of Jesse, and a branch from his roots shall bear fruit. And that was a foretelling from Isaiah of the coming of Christ. And so that's going to be that first candle, the prophecy candle, the candle of hope. So that is what we're going to be looking at today for our Bible verse. So let me get that scrolling across the bottom of your screen. We are going to be using that as a timer as we go throughout our makeup routine today to kind of help keep us on track. So helping to build that routine, whatever you do in your life, that if you will include that Bible verse in there, that will help you to have a better retention of the scripture verse. So make it a part of what you do. I use the Bible verse for timer for like a lot of things. Okay, so what are we starting with today? Today we're going to start with our benefit. This is the Professional. This is the matte primer. So we're going to give the, oh, I hear y'all dinging. Let me go ahead and get y'all turned over here because I do not have the chat going. I knew there was something else I needed to turn on. All right, so y'all are on there now. So good morning. Good to see you. Give me a shout out. Let me know where you're coming from. Back to our primer. All right. So we're just going to give ourselves a dab of that. This is going to help to minimize pores. It's going to help keep that nice matte, pleasant matte, not sharp matte. So if you have combo skin, great for the T-zone. You're oily everywhere, put it everywhere. You got wrinkles, hit it where it goes. Okay, so we're just going to work that between the fingers. There you go. I'm going to use that especially around my lips to keep my lipstick and lip liner from bleeding out and going anywhere I don't want it. I'm going to use it down my T-zone to help with the oil control and around my eyes to help with those fine lines and wrinkles. So, just a great all around. Now that we have that prepped and primed, we are going to go ahead and prime our eyes as well, because we're going to be playing with some kind of, not really dark, but you want them vibrant. So we're going to be using the Juvia's Place Eye Prep Eye Prime. This is the shade 1. Use whatever shade you want. I think 1 is kind of the closest to white, so it helps you to get the most true color out of your shadows. So we're just going to give, like, seriously, it only takes like a little tiny bit. I'm just going to dab a little bit in the center of both eyelids, and then we'll just sort of tap it out. And you will be amazed at how much that helps those shadow colors. Okay, we're going to have a little bit of glittery shimmer liquid happening. So that's just going to add to the fun. So super excited about this. Okay, so now that we look like a crazy person, we're going to do our concealer. I've got the Bye Bye Under Eye. This is 11 Light Nude. I don't know why I like shake everything. Do you do that too? I don't know if you need to, but I don't know. Seems like the thing to do. All right. Yes, I'm getting some. Yes, I do that too. Okay, so a little bit of this goes a long way. So we're going to just use a little skinny ribbon of this. And then we're going to tap it where we need a little bit of concealing going on. So I got a little redness here. I got some darkness here. Got some darkness in the inner. And we're just going to tap that and leave that there for just a second. And try to not get it on myself. We're going to leave that there for just a second. We're going to let that warm up to our body temperature because this blends out much better and more effectively if you let it warm up just a smidge. So then we're going to use our Miracle Air Blend. This is our cosmetic sponge, pointy tip part. And that I'll use for the concealer, and then we'll use a nice wide part for blending out the foundation. So we're just going to blend that in so we don't have harsh lines. I'm using this to help get rid of the redness I have over here. Now that we got kind of a nice even playing field, our foundation can do its job more effectively. So I'm going to be using the Lancome Tinty Doll. I am the shade 225 Neutral. Get to your nearest MAC, Ulta, what's that other one called? Sephora, and get a shade match if that's not something that you're comfortable with. Little lighter, little darker, right on target. Totally a personal call for yourself, but they will guide you and help you out. So we're going to use one pump to start with, and that is going to be the bottom of our face. I love when they have the pump because it just makes it so much easier to be consistent. And we're going to use the wide end of that to blend that out. And you're just kind of tap blending. I have seen a lot of people who would like scrub, and you want it to stay on. So we're just going to kind of tap it in place and work it up to the concealer that we put on in a minute ago. Okay, we're going to go over the edge of our lips, help our lipstick to have a little something to hold on to. Make sure you get around all the folds and wrinkles and everything of your nose. Then we're going to do just a little kind of a partial pump. Yeah, I think that should be good. And that is going to do our forehead. And we're going to work that right up to that hairline. We don't really want it like on the hair, but you want to get it right up in there. So I usually just kind of turn it this way and just sort of work into that hairline there. Round the brows. And I see more of you in here with me, so great to have you. Any questions that you have as we're going along, just ask that in the chat that you're on, and I will do my best to get that asked and answered. All right. So I've been playing with a new color of powder. I don't know, just for grins and giggles. So it's a little, I thought it was weird at first, but I've actually liked it. It kind of gives a little bit of lift and illumination. So this, I'm still using the Laura Mercier, and this is still the translucent ultra blur, but this one is going to be the rose. So if you have fair skin, like I don't know what it's going to do on darker pigment, because obviously I don't have that. But if you have fair skin like I do, I have really enjoyed kind of the evening out that this does, and it just gives it a little brightness to it that I feel like I didn't have before. So I've kind of liked it. So we're going to be using our Beauty Blender sponge. We're going to start out with the pointy top, and that is going to do around our eyes. So you're just going to get a little on that tip there. Work that right under the eye and then in the corner. just tapping it in. Same thing on the other side. We're just tapping that in gently. Now we're going to switch to the wider end of our sponge. There you go. I'm going to start down the center of the face. And again, you're just pressing this in. And yes, I do get that question asked a lot. So yes, you could use a brush for this. I just prefer a puff because I feel like you have less powder loss. Then we're going to make sure we get under the chin where we blended that foundation out just to get it nice and set. Nothing's worse than having a collar full of foundation. And we're just pressing that in like we did on the other part. There we go. Let's get a cap on that before I spill it on myself. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Everybody have a good Thanksgiving. I see some yeses. Oh, there's one no. Okay, I won't ask about that. So now we're going to move on to our contouring. So I am using this bad boy brush right here. This is by It Cosmetics. We're going to use this end for the bronzer and then this end for the highlighter. So start on here on the flat side. We're going to be using our Hoola bronzer. And I'm just going to get it on one of that flat side. Then I'm going to tip that up. I'm going to go from the corner of the ear to about the middle of the eye, but heading towards that nose. Kind of in a little bit of a U shape above where the hollow of my cheek is. This is going to help to lift your face. As you get older, because you know this is a 40+ tutorial. As you get older, gravity is naturally pulling everything down, so we're going to help it do its job a little better with the illusion and lift that up a little. Still using that flat side, we're going to work that into the hairline. Give a little color. Now we're going to switch to the flat side. I'm going to go from the ear to the corner of the mouth under the jawline. So I'm going to keep a neutral face. And just help my jawline to look more jawline-y. There you go. Still using that side of that brush. We're going to go from the corner here to the tip of the nose. We're going to bring in that nose to give it a little more narrow. And then just under that tip there. I don't know if you can hear all that banging going on. They have been working on my street for like weeks, and they are knocking something out there. This is the Juvia's Place. This is the highlighter, Tribe Highlighter Volume 3. And I know you can tell I love it because look at that there. Okay, we're going to do this here. They have had some amazing sales for Black Friday. Have you seen that Juvia's stuff going on? That is spectacular. And yes, I did do some shopping. And then we're going to work down the center of the face. Oh, I didn't say. Top of the cheek here, and then hugging right beside that brow. Sorry, I got to talking about Juvia's Place and got all excited and lost my head. Okay. And now we're going to use this as a Juvia's Place. This is the Volume 4. We're gonna, with all that red and green we're going to be doing, we got a lot happening. So we're going to use this lighter color. So we get some color, but we're not like tremendously impacting. So we're going to just use a traditional blush brush. This is a MAC something something. Right between the bronzer and the highlighter. Now these are very pigmented, so you don't really need like a whole lot on your brush to accomplish some color here. Then we're going to give just a little bit on that and give some color up here. Tip of the nose, whatever you have left on it, just get a little on the tip of the nose and your chin. All right. Now we have got some contouring done, so we got a little bit of shape back in our face that we took out when we blurred it out with that foundation and concealer. All right. So let us say our verse together, and then we will move on to some lips, because that is one of my favorite parts of today. Love a good lip. Okay, so scrolling across your screen. There shall come forth a shoot from the stump of Jesse, and a branch from his roots shall bear fruit. And that's Isaiah 11:1. Okay, so I am going to be using this as the NYX. I believe this is Ruby. What is this one? NYX Ruby. So just a nice red lip liner. This is going to help our lipstick to not creep out, for the color to wear better and last better all day long. So we're going to start out in that V of the lip. Just give yourself a nice V there, and then we're going to round that out to the outside corner. And we are riding on that lip line. You're like half on the outside, half on the inside. Like, get all that real estate that you can. Okay, now we're going to start out and give ourselves a nice center point here in the bottom. And then we're going to take that and round that out to the outside edge. Okay, take a step back, look at your lips, see if you like the shape that you just made. All right, so now we're going to take our lip pencil and we're going to line with a little bit lighter pressure just to the inside of what we just did. And I'm telling you, you will be amazed at how much that little bit extra of lip liner will help the wearability of your lipstick. Now, we're going to be using a MAC lipstick today, and those are just marvelous anyways, but let's help it along as best we can. So I am using the MAC, and this is their OG, one of my favorite reds. This is Ruby Woo. So, and you can tell by the shape of that. So we're just going to give a nice red lip today, starting out in the center of our Cupid's bow. And we're just going to fill that in, other side. I told you that was beautiful red. Okay, now let's fill in the bottom. And you are going over all of the lip liner that you just did. So we're going to cover up the lip liner. The lip liner is just going to help the lipstick to do its job more effectively. We're not looking really for it to add any color payoff this particular time. So make sure you've covered up all your liner. Nice. And that's just such a beautiful red. Okay, if you ever need... So I have two favorite reds from MAC, and this is one of them. I think it goes best with the red that we're going to be using on the eyes today. Speaking of the eyes today, let us see what we are going to be playing with. Okay, so today we're going to be using the Warrior 3 palette. And we're going to be living in the Kahina right here, which is this beautiful red. And then also in the Masai, which is this green right here. And on top of the green, we're going to like tweak that and sparkle that just a little bit. This is Festive from the Juvia's Place. I believe this is the the Culture 2 palette. I believe this is from the Culture 2 palette. So we're going to be using those two things, and that is going to, the green is really gonna, we're not going to do a technical cut crease. We're going to let that glitter liquid shadow do a mock cut crease for us. So we're going to lay the two colors first, and then we'll get into it. So we're going to grab, to start out with, we need a little color up on that brow. So we're going to go back to our highlighter. And we're going to grab our shadow brush, and we're just going to get it right there on the tip of that. And then that is just going to go up on our brow bone. And this is just going to give us something to blend into and tie the colors all together from what is on our face already. So we're just getting a little bit up there. You can hear Phoebe in the background. Oh, can you see her? Phoebe is my lab. Okay, so we are going to be using, let me see. I don't actually see it. Here, we'll do this one here. There we go. So this is our Morphe. This is an M506, just a nice fluffy brush. We're going to start out with the red, what was the name of that one? Kahina? I believe, yes, Kahina. So we're going to start out with the brush, and we're just going to get that color right on the tip of that brush. And that is going to go where you can feel your eye socket bone right there. That's what we're going to do. It's going right on that. And you're just going to go over it until you get the desired shade of red that you would like. So less is more in this particular case. Better to have a little bit on your brush and blend it out than goop it up and you got fallout happening everywhere. So we're just going to have a little bit on that brush, and then we're going to work it out. Okay, same thing on the other side. So this is something that you could do, I don't know, maybe you've got like an ugly sweater contest happening at work. You're wearing a red and green outfit to church or something. Maybe you got a dinner out. I know for me, my birthday is tomorrow. Woo! And I'm going to be going to a birthday party tonight, dinner thing. And so this is going to be my... Obviously, this will be my look for today. And while I can't stand to have my birthday mixed with Christmas, I'm cool with this for today. All right. So we're going to let that be just like that. I'm going to grab my fluffy brush and we're going to get rid of any fallout that we got happening. There we go. And now we're going to grab another, let me see what's a good one. Let's do this one right here. This is a Morphe M433. We're going to do that right here. And we need to blend out that red just a little bit because we got that harsh thing happening up there. And so let's use a little, I'm feeling like we need to maybe diffuse this a little. So I'm going to try a little Nazinga right here. And just like tap, just like a little tiny bit. And we're going to use that to work this out up into... There you go. Yeah, there. That lifts it just a little bit. Just soften that edge ever so slightly. So you're not really looking for like a yellow payoff. We're just using it as a blending color. And then we're going to grab a general eyeshadow. This is a MAC 250, 280, something like that. Just a regular eyeshadow brush. Remember in the old days where they used to put those little sponge things in the eyeshadow palette? You know, maybe they do still do that. I don't know. I haven't had one in forever. So we're going to be in this color right here. We're just going to put color on one side of the brush for right now. So you're just going to swipe it in there like this and get it on one side. And from the lash line right up to that red, we are going to fill that with that green. What is this called? Masai, yeah. So Masai is going to fill in all of that. And we are going to come back with that duochrome liquid shadow, but we do want this all to be filled in with green. So right up into that red. And again, with this one as well, you don't want so much on the brush that you're getting fallout. Now, I do see a little bit of fallout happening. We'll dust that away in a second. A little bit's okay. But if you put too much on that brush, you're going to end up with a mess. And then it's going to be hard to get off, or you're going to have to redo your foundation. Any one of those, not fun. Okay, once we've got that green about where we want it, I'm going to come back in with the brush that we used on the red, which was the, what, 433? Just going to tap that red. Wait, that wasn't the 433. Just kidding. That was a 506. And we're just going to make sure that we've got that red nice and good. That green didn't muck anything up, didn't move anything. There we go. Okay. Fall out. There you go. Now, we need to do a little something under the eye. So we're going to grab our Real Techniques. This is the 87. Already got a little green on there. So we're going to use that for the under the eye area. So before we get going on that, I'm going to go ahead and line just a little bit. And then we will add that green on the underneath. So this is the Too Faced. This is the Killer Liner. And we're just going to give from the outside edge to the center. Just a little bit. There you go. That's just going to give us a little definition on the eye there. Just do about halfway across that lid. All right. Then we're going to do that same thing on the lower lid as well, writing right on that lash line. Just a little, not too much. Okay, come back to that Real Techniques brush. So we're going to grab our Warrior 3 palette again. We're going to take the tip of this and we're just going to get a little bit right on the tip of that. And we're going to do that from the outside edge. To just a little bit past where you did the liner on the bottom. And then we can walk around that corner over there on the outside. Okay, pop quiz. Who can say the Bible verse? I know we got it going around. Let's go ahead. There shall come forth a shoot from the stump of Jesse, and a branch from his roots shall bear fruit. And that is from Isaiah 11:1. And that is for our prophecy candle, the hope candle. The first candle in the... Oh my gosh, I'm losing my brain here. The first candle in the Advent candle wreath. Thank you. I appreciate your help. Thank you, chat. Okay, so we're going to grab just a little tiny brush. This is a Morphe 508, and we're going to use that with our highlighter again to just give a little something. So grab that highlighter 3 again, or whatever you used up here on your brow bone. And we're going to get just a little bit of that and catch the inside corner. And then on the tip, we're going to bring that around to meet the green. There you go. Now, for the fun, I mean, all this has been fun, but let's go ahead and grab that Festive from our Culture 2 Liquid Duochrome Shadows. Man, that's a lot of words. Okay, so we got that on the brush. We're going to go from the inside corner. And we're going to ride that line where the green met the red. If you need to go back in for a little bit, do that. Go all the way to the inside corner. And I'm going to go a little more than halfway across. There you go. Wow, look at that. Okay, get a little bit more on there. Let's get that same thing on the other side. From the very inside corner. That is just so beautiful. Is anybody else mesmerized by duochromes? Okay, so it's not just me. Of course, you are talking to the woman who has glow-in-the-dark stars on the ceiling in her living room. My granddaughter spent the night, and we did that, and they've just been up for, like 4 years, maybe. Okay. All right. So now we need to get our, oh, actually, I almost forgot, our liquid liner. So I'm going to grab the, this is the Too Faced Better Than Sex, waterproof liquid eyeliner, some in the color black. So we're just going to give a nice clean line from the outside corner to the inside corner so that our lashes have a nice runway for where they need to be. So we're just going to go from the outside corner to the inside corner. I feel like I need my little mirror here. I'm trying to do this and act like I can see something. Okay, there we go. And the inside corner. All the way to the outside. Nice. Okay, we are going to let that set and dry while we do our brows. So whatever your brow product is that you are using, because I have purple hair right now, I am going to be using, this is the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil, and this is in the shade Eggplant, I think. So go ahead and get your brow product and we'll get that on. So make sure you got a nice brow shape to start out with. Go to the Ulta near you, see the Benefit Brow Bar, and get that shape done, get the brow mapping done, learn how to use a product, whatever the case may be for you. Isn't that funny? I mean, look how different those two sides are. Brow, no brow. You don't realize how much of an impact your brow makes. Okay, so I'm going to get that color there. And then I want to blend it out and put it exactly where I want it. So I'm going to grab my Real Techniques brow angled brush. And I'm going to make sure that everything is as it should be and just make sure that tail is nice and neat and clean. Here we go. On the other side. Okay. Every time I look down, I can see the sparkle. Okay, I don't know what. We've actually had a little bit of rain lately, so it could be the allergy thing is from like mildew. How fast can mildew happen? I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to grab my Great Grip eyelash curler. We're going to get those lashes curled. You want to make sure that when you're putting that lash curler on, that it is not pinching your eye. We wanted to grab it, but when you cramp that bad boy down, it should not hurt. This should not be a painful experience. I can't say anything about braids, but this should not be painful. So we're going to get that on. We're going to use our Bible verse as a timer, so get it ready. Okay, here we go. There shall come forth a shoot from the stump of Jesse, and a branch from his roots shall bear fruit. Isaiah 11:1. Do it one more time just for grins and giggles. There shall come forth a shoot from the stump of Jesse, and a branch from his roots shall bear fruit. Isaiah 11:1. All right, so now same thing on the other side. Find your sweet spot there. Ooh, that was not the sweet spot. Okay, there we go. Here we go. There shall come forth a shoot from the stump of Jesse, and a branch from his roots shall bear fruit. Isaiah 11:1. I need to let this go and try that one more time. Here we go. There shall come forth a shoot from the stump of Jesse, and a branch from his roots shall bear fruit. Isaiah 11:1. Okay, and you can tell by my eye watering that that was a little close. Okay. So I'm going to grab the mirror. Let's just give a single coat of mascara on the top lashes. We just need them to blend in well with our false lashes. So I'm using the Monsieur Big from Lancome. Just going to give a little coat here. And same thing on the other side. Make sure you're sweeping back on those tips there. And all the way to the inside corner of those lashes. All right, now, obviously we're not going to do false lashes on the bottom, so we want to make sure we're doing those like we normally would. So go ahead and give a couple strokes and coats on those bottom lashes so that they look all nice and balanced with your top ones. And we're sweeping underneath on those as well so that we get nice, good coverage. And that's right. I turn my brush while I'm doing it, so I'm using all different parts of the mascara wand to get the best coverage. Okay, same thing on the other side. Making sure we're swooping up underneath those tips there and getting all the way to the last set of lashes out here. Okay. And because we're doing false lashes, that is good enough for what we need for right now. Now you will notice, see how my green has kind of gone up a little bit from opening and closing my eyes. So you have two choices. You can try to fight it, or you can just let that be the top of your green. I'm going to choose the top of the green. So I'm just going to grab that, and let's just bring it up a smidge. There you go. Okay. Now, because we're getting ready to do our lashes, we're going to fan that down just a little bit. If you got one of those little handheld fans, knock yourself down with that. Okay. Knock yourself out. Okay, so I'm using the Juvia's Place. This is the Nubian Lash, and this is the Zaria. You know that is my favorite. So this is a flared lash. The inside edge of the lash, let's see, this right here, has a smaller lash, and then as you get to the outside out, it is widened. To me, this is a much more natural lash because if you look at your own lashes, that's exactly what they do. I am going to be using the Allure. This is the 18-hour lash glue, and then we're going to be using the Velour lash tool to help us out with that. So I'm going to grab the lashes from the outside edge off that little tray, set them on the table in front of me or counter, grab the other lash, set the little thingy aside. So if you do not have flared lashes, if it's not easy for you to tell what the inside edge is, just make sure you're keeping them, you know, the same, wherever it comes from on the tray, put that in front of you with that same look. And it does look like these have already been worn before, so I have already trimmed these. If you're looking at a new pair of lashes, you're going to hold the lash and trim from the outside edge, the wide end of the lashes. And that is going to, the inside edge, usually every once in a while, there'll be like on Kiss lashes, for whatever reason, they'll have a little nub on the inside of the lash. So just make sure you clip that off, because that will agitate you. And then any trimming will need to be done from that outside edge there. And these have a great band. I love the ones from Juvia's Place. They wear very well. The band is very comfortable. And somehow she has managed, she being the owner, what is her name? Donna, I think. Somehow you can, like, seriously, this pair of lashes you'll be able to wear for weeks to come. So I'm going to grab the center of one of the lashes and we're going to put the adhesive on first. So let's grab that lash glue and we're going to get it on the top of the band right here, making sure we catch those outside corners especially. And then we're going to kind of tip the band over, and the back side of the band, we're going to get that on there too. We just want to give our band the best possibility to stick and stay put all day. Help that 18-hour lash glue be able to do its 18-hour job. And then I'm going to grab the other lash, and we're going to do the same thing to the other one. So again, the top of the band. And then the back side of the band. And making sure that we can see that nice whiteness on the outside corners. Now this will dry clear even though it's coming out white. So you don't got to worry about it. So no matter what color your skin tone is, you can use the clear one because it's going to come out white, but it's going to dry. All right. The black eye glue usually has latex. So if you have any latex allergies, or if when you do lashes, you find yourself having itching or watering or redness or something of your eyes, it quite possibly could be the lash glue that you're using. I have also seen individuals who have had reaction to the fibers that the lashes are made with. So it could also be that maybe you need to go up to a little more classy of a lash, more expensive of a lash, and have human hair lashes. So test a couple things out and see what works for you. Okay, so you will know that your lash is ready to be put on when the adhesive starts to get a little clear in a couple of spots and it loses its shininess just a little bit. So if you're kind of in a hurry, like not really in a hurry, but just give it a little bit of fanning and that will kind of help it to dry down just a little bit faster. So if you see people doing like this, that's what they're doing. They're trying to get their glue to dry a little faster. So I know that this is the tiny shorter lash end, so that is going to be the inside here. So this lash goes on this side. I'm going to put it right there in the middle. And then we're going to put the inside edge down and then walk that outside edge on. So a couple things about lashes. If you've wore lashes before, and you feel any pinching on the inside, usually that means that two things. Usually that means that A, you have left your lashes a little bit too long and you need to shorten them. Or it could mean B, that your lash has lifted just a little bit and you need a little adhesive back on the corner there. I always keep an adhesive tube in my purse because you just never know when you may need one. So once your lash is about good there, you can grab the other one. This one's already not shiny and good to go. So we're going to take that and set that right in the center there. It looks like I got a little glue on that tool, so we'll get that here in a second. Let's take that off. Let me wipe that tool off. Try that again. There we go. Right there in the center. Okay, it's just gonna be on right now. Gonna get the inside edge down. We're gonna work to the outside, get that outside set. There we go. We're going to take the tool and smash the two. I did it on the other side, but I didn't talk you through it. So we're going to take it and we're just going to, not where the glue is, but just before you get to the glue, we're just going to smash the lash with my lash so that they're all in the same spot, so that you don't have a gap between your lash and the false lashes. You can go ahead and press a little bit, make sure everything is nice and tight and stuck on the way it should be. Okay. Now we were doing a lot of that brushing and fallout business, so I'm going to go ahead and grab my highlighter again and that highlighter brush, and I'm just going to make sure I got a nice good highlighter right here. And right up the side there. So now you have a very red and green festive look that you can wear, just to make yourself feel good, or maybe you've got somewhere to go. So now that we've done all of this, we do not want that to move and anything to happen to it all day long. So I'm going to be using the Juvia's Place Ready, Set, Sealed. Going to give it a little bit of shake. We're going to spray that down. There you go. We're going to fan that down. Oh my gosh, that smells so good. We're going to fan that down and let that dry down. That is going to seal in that look and lock in that look, and also help you, for us combo girls, it's going to help you control that oil and give you that nice matte finish all day long. So does a lot of things for you. All right, so thank you so much for hanging out with me here today. It has been a delight to spend some time with you, get you that festive look going on. So I look forward to seeing you throughout the week on social media or my website, a little bit of makeup and a whole lot of Jesus.com. And let's go ahead and look at our Bible verses. So last week, we had Thanksgiving. And so last week we worked on Psalms 100 verse 4, enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise, give thanks to him and bless his name. And then this week we are going to be working on the prophecy candle, the first candle, the hope candle, and there shall come forth a shoot from the stump of Jesse, a branch from his roots shall bear fruit. Isaiah 11, 1-5. And so you'll see some graphics will come out on social media actually tomorrow will be the phone wallpaper. And so go ahead and save that to your phone. Every time you open and close your phone, you can use that like a flashcard to help you memorize that verse a little more effectively. Just an easy little thing that you can do. So the graphic will match the one that we were just looking at. It'll just be a different size for your phone. All right. And if you did not see this past week, I was so excited. Got in the proof of the book and got to go through that and share that with you in videos. So get over to Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever, and check out that video of the proof for what is coming up with Color Me James. So next week and a half, we should have the pre-order for that available, because that is going to be our season 3 podcast. We are going to work through, in a Bible study coloring format, the book of James, and we are going to be memorizing the book of James. So at the end of this book, at the end of season 3, we will have memorized the entire book of James. So I cannot wait to do that with you. So I have never memorized an entire book of the Bible. I have said many times scripture memory is something that I struggle with, and therefore we are going to be doing it together and learn how to do that together. And it has been such an exciting journey with you. Season 1, season 2 have been amazing, and I cannot wait for the focus and effort for season 3 for the book of James. All right, so you know that we are going to finish out with a blessing here. So let me get that up there for you. We're going to be looking at Numbers 6:24 through 26. We're not saying this one. We're going to be singing this one. So if you know this, go ahead and sing that with me loud and proud wherever you are. The Lord bless you and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift his face toward you and give you peace. Heavenly Father, how thankful I am for each one of the ladies that have stuck it out with me here today. I just pray a special blessing on them this week, Father, that you would help them to retain this verse, Father, the prophecy. Remember how exciting it must have been in Old Testament times for Isaiah to bring this out, to talk about the future, the coming of Christ, Father. And as we light that first candle, the hope candle, help us to remember that Jesus is the reason for this season. I know that's kind of a little kooky thing that we say, but it is the reality. Jesus is why we have Christmas. So help us to hide that in our heart. Help us to hide those words in our heart, that they will be ready for us as a reminder, that they will be ready for us to share with people that we encounter on our day-to-day lives. And Father, I just pray again a blessing on each one of these women, and help us to just go out and to remember to celebrate Christ this Christmas. I pray all these things in Jesus' name. Amen. Well, again, it has been a joy to hang out with you. I cannot wait to see your look. So whatever palette you used, whatever colors you chose, whatever shimmer you got shimmering, give me a picture in the comments. Let me see what you did. I cannot wait to celebrate your look with you and to celebrate your memorizing of this Isaiah verse. It has been a delight. Mwah! Y'all have a wonderful week.